What is up guys, Vortex TCG here, and today I'm going to be showcasing you a deck profile of Jesmon. Jesmon is a deck that I recently played in a couple of my gameplay videos and is something that I really enjoy. I really enjoyed playing Jesmon back in BT6 before, you know what, got hit on the ban list, and I'm really happy that I got a structure deck. And it's been released for quite a bit, and we're on the end of EX3 format going into BT11. And one of the cool things about Jesmon is that it doesn't really change that much from EX3 to BT11 because there isn't really any Jesmon related cards in that set. So if you do enjoy this deck profile, please leave a like and also subscribe to the channel for more Digimon related videos. And let's get straight into the deck profile. Alright, let's get straight into this deck profile, starting off with the eggs. We have obviously the 4 Gurimon. Gurimon will be your main deck essentially, your main egg essentially, because drawing a card when attacking, pretty good. And we love to draw in this deck because as we're playing a pretty high-end stack deck, we want to obviously search for those Jesmons, those Savior Huckmons, so getting a couple of these out is pretty much needed. So we play 2 of those, or 4 of those even. Then we get onto the level 3s, and so we have the first one, which is the Huckmon. This one searches the top 5, add 2 cards with Huckmon, Jesmon, or Sistermon in their names, and then you get to add 2 of them. So just a really good card, probably one of the better searchers in this game, quite frankly. Yeah, you have to play 4 of it. It's probably the best Huckmon you have currently, at least at the moment. Then we have the, I believe this is BT7, yeah, BT7 Huckmon. We use this because of the inheritable, which allows you to reveal top 5 and then add all Sistermons that you reveal. Sometimes finding the Sistermons that you need is important in the stack, so you trigger this effect first and then you get to use like your Savior Huckmon and your Jesmon effects to then play them from your hand. So very important to have this guy at 4. And then to finish off the level 3s, we have the Solomon. There's no big secret, Defexmon still in the meta, and this card stops Defex. In your average turn, you'll be playing like 2 or 3 Sistermons from your hand, and you'll be playing a big stack, so there's 4 already. So it's quite easy to Defex against this deck, so we play this to reduce. And that is the level 3s. Let's get on to the level 4s. First of all, we have 4 of the BT6 Bao Huckmon. This one's actually pretty good. This is your main out to stuff like Solomon, Chukirimon, Madoki Beta, all those cards that stop you from essentially activating effects. Essentially, when you swing, if you have a Sistermon in play, you delete something with 5k DP or less. And so that's how you out them. There are cards that actually do work against this deck. Stuff that says you can't play Digimon through effects, and as you're playing loads of Digimon through effects, you kind of need this Bao Huckmon. So we play 4 of it. Then we play 4 of the other Bao Huckmon, the starter deck one. The reason why I play this is because we just need another name, and also the 1k DP is pretty important. Sometimes you just want to get a really big DP number, and so you need this. Another thing that people don't really realize with this deck is that both the level 4s are 6k, which means you can trigger the Gurimon, which is very important because sometimes you'll have hands where you just dead draw, and so if you can swing a couple of times with that, it's really important. Then we get on to probably the best card in this deck that enables a lot in this deck, the Savior Huckmon from Starter Deck. Get to attack unsuspended guys when you play it, and then for an inheritable you can play a Sistermon if it has Royal 9 in its tames, from Sistermon from hand or trash. It's pretty important because the main Jesmon that we use in this list only says from hand, so use this trash one wisely. Then we play the one BT6 and then the Chimeramon. The Savior Huckmon from BT6, obviously still good. I actually don't like it as much as the Starter Deck one at this point, but it's still good. Playing a Sistermon for free is really good, and unsuspending, pretty good. And then we play the Chimeramon. We're playing out a lot of level 4s through the Sistermons that we play, so just having a guy that can swing on the same turn, really good. So we play one of it. I don't like to play more of it because I feel like it is bricky and you don't really want to digivolve into it essentially. So we only play one of it. Then we get onto the level 6 line. We get 4 Starter Deck Jesmon. This guy is the card that you want to see the most. Has Blitz, and when you attack, you get to play Sistermon, and when your turn, you gain a security attack +1 and 3k if you play a Digimon for an effect. The Blitz obviously very important. The Sistermon when play very important, and we kind of need just this cards to actually enable a swing. I know sometimes like it feels bad when you swing with this without the X antibody. Speaking of the X antibody, we'll go through that now. Play 3 X antibodies, but if you can clear a big target on your opponent's field with the Jesmon stack, you're pretty much winning at that point anyways. The X antibody feels like you're winning more though. So cost 3 to digivolve into, and then when you do, you play another Sistermon from hand or trash, and then you also gain DP, or your stuff gains DP and can attack unsuspended Digimon. We don't really care about the unsuspended thing because it rarely comes up, unless your Jesmon is still alive the turn after and you go into this for some reason. But the main reason why this card's good is because you have the Sistermon that you can go into, which means you can swing with the Jesmon with a security attack +1 and the 3k DP, then digivolve on top of this to give itself piercing and play another Sistermon. So it keeps the momentum going essentially. Then we play the 1 Genku. I'll probably cut this quite frankly. I don't really like this card. On paper it's pretty good. You can just digivolve into this if you have a level 5 stack, which is okay because it's a blocker. So, but the main thing is that you're just able to play another Sistermon essentially for free. So, and then also you can't reduce DP, I believe it is. You can't bounce or return them or reduce their DP. So it's okay, but it's probably one of the one card that I'd probably cut in this deck at the moment. And the reason why we don't play more, obviously, is the Jesmon GX. We only play 1. I've tried versions which play like 2 or 3. It bricks way too hard, so you just play the 1. It's nice when you have it, but if you don't have it, don't fret. It's perfectly fine. Obviously, it's an insane card, has loads of effects, so you don't need me to go over them. But it's your OTK swing, I guess, if you're able to find it. Then let's get onto the Sistermons. We have 2 of the BT6 Blanc and then 2 of the Starter Deck Blanc. This is your bread and butter like disruption combo, I guess. This one becomes if this is on the field with a Huckmon or a Royal Knight, everything gains blocker, and then this one, if you have a, I believe it is, yeah, same thing, Huckmon or Royal Knight in its traits. This gains decoy, red black. Yeah, so basically you can potentially block and then also have decoy to protect yourself from deletion effects, which is very important. We only play 2 of it though because we don't want to play more, because we don't want to brick. Then we get onto the CLs. We play 2 BT6, 2 BT10, and then 3 BT10, and then don't mess up the cards. 3 BT10 and then 1 of the Starter Deck. This one's okay because it just means that if your opponent doesn't have a tamer up, you choke them at the end of your swing. This one is the one that you're primarily looking for. Essentially, you play this one to digivolve a guy. It comes up quite a lot actually, because what you could potentially do is you can not digivolve your main stack. It does just say Huckmon, I believe it is. Yep, with Royal Knights. With Royal Knight's traits. Yeah, yeah, so well, this card's just good because what I mean is like if you Digivolve with this on the field, if you go into a Huckmon or Royal Knight, you gain a memory. So essentially, it just becomes a DP reducer, not DP reducer, a memory reducer. Even after the turn, he gets played essentially. Obviously, during the combo, you use this to Digivolve into a Jesmon to an X antibody. You gain the memory, and then additional effects there. So you play through this because you need to find it in the combo essentially. This one, I think, is quite mediocre. It's another search card. The rest goes to trash essentially, and it gives everything reboot. The reboot, it's okay. I don't think it really matters as much as the decoy or the blocker, but it's nice to have, so we play it. It's just like a nice consistency card. Another consistency card anyways. Then we get onto the options from Master Disciple. This card, I don't know what they were doing when they printed this card, but it's actually insane. Look at top 3 cards, add I believe it's just a Huckmon, a Royal Knight, or a Sistermon, and the rest go to the trash. You don't mind them being in the trash because you'll want to put your Sistermons in the trash essentially. And then you also get to reduce the Digi-Evolution cost by 1 on the following turn, which means you choke your opponent out of memory, and this card single-handedly just means that you don't have to play Tamers, because essentially you'll just be going into your level 3, level 4 for like 2 memory, and then when you get to your Save Your Huckmon turn, you can just pop these to reduce the cost of that, and then go into your Jesmon, which has obviously Blitz, so it doesn't matter what memory you give them. So you play cut this at 4 for you don't have a choice. It's in contract. And then to end it off, we have 2 red memory boost. As I said before, and as you've seen through this deck list, there are definitely times where you look at your opening hands and you go, I need to look for a certain card, like a certain level, because we only play 8 level 4s and then 8 level 5s. You know, you need to find those cards essentially. And we play 2 red memory boost to do that, and to also help with the memory issues sometimes this deck has. Sometimes the From Master Disciple doesn't do enough. So we have the red memory boost here to finish that off. Anyways, that's been my deck profile for Jesmon in EX3 and BT11 format. Overall, I still think this deck is pretty cool, and it has a lot of unique interactions, especially with the fact that the deck building for this deck is actually quite different due to the Sistermons and how they function within the deck. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I've been doing really well with this deck list personally, and I would like to see what you guys use for your deck lists. So let me know, and I'll see you guys next time.